I'm Madhu Sharma and this is Design Mind. Every episode, we teach your mind about design by analysing a website. In this episode of Design Mind, we are looking at TypeCode, which is a design agency based in New York. As we will see, the site is a great example of clean design and it has a number of elegant features. By the way, the slash you see here is how they spell their name, it's not a typo. The site begins with this eye-catching interactive animation which instantly adds a dramatic flair to the page. Interacting with this logo is a fun diversion. However, as a user, when I've had enough, my first inclination is to click on it to continue. But when clicking, nothing happens. Instead, the user must click on these links that are located here at the bottom of the page. This is a bit awkward as they are out of the way and therefore don't seem like an obvious place to go after interacting with the animation. Let's analyse the work page. As you can see, the work page resembles a stand of folded newspapers. Each one of these sections gives a brief preview of the project. By clicking on them, a full-screen case study is shown. An elegant but subtle change in colour is used to indicate when the user is hovering over a section, which looks really nice. This page is wonderfully designed. Although it does suffer from being a little bit long, with a quick scroll the user can get a feel of TypeCode services and talents. The content that is visible is quite attractive and will encourage the user to click on to see the full previews. Let's take a closer look at the full page case studies. The case studies go for a clean two-column look. Grey text is used, which adds to the modern, clean feel. The clutter-free design means that the user's attention can focus on the screenshots of the site. Let's now analyse the About page. The About page starts off with this map, which is a cute way of providing a sense of the company's location. The actual text section has a relatively large amount of information, as it lists all the services of the company. However, the excellent hierarchy ensures that it is easy to understand at a glance. On the left we have this large headline that instantly explains the unique selling point of TypeCode services. The large font size and yellow highlighting makes it a natural entry point to the page. After reading that, the user's eyes will naturally move over to the right, where the services have been arranged into easy-to-access groups. Underneath we have the About Team section. Providing photos and profiles on team members is always a good way of establishing a relationship, as it lets users put a face to the company. The LinkedIn and Twitter buttons take this concept further, as it makes the individual staff members feel more contactable. The use of black and white photography adds a sense of class and professionalism. You'll notice that in each of the photos, the staff member is positioned off-centered, and this adds a sense of quirkiness. However, because they are nearly all off-centered in the same way, it also creates uniformity, which undermines the quirky aspect, and so makes the layout feel a little bit confused. This, however, is only a minor issue, as the page works well on the whole. Let's analyse the blog section. The blog section follows the clean design of the rest of the site. The clean design not only makes the text easy to read, but it also lets the photos stand out. This is great, as many of the photos are fairly interesting and so will catch the user's attention and encourage the user to read the article. Let's now analyse the navigation. The navigation, like the rest of the site, is simple and clean. A little arrow is used to indicate which link is active, and this is also a good way of encouraging the user's eyes to naturally move downwards from the link to the content. One interesting aspect about the navigation is that clicking on a link doesn't open a new page. Instead, the site loads the page in place using a slide effect. This is nice as it saves waiting for the new page to load, but other than that, it doesn't really add anything. As you'll notice, this logo moves around as the user progresses between the sections. This presumably has been done to ensure the logo always lines up with the content, which, if you look carefully, you will see that it always starts at a different position on each page. However, the effect doesn't really add anything to the page, and it looks a little bit untidy. Let's finish this analysis by looking at the site on mobile. On mobile, as with many sites, the design collapses down into one column. This results in quite long scrolling pages. On the home page, the previews are removed, which partly reduces some of the scrolling. On mobile, the navigation changes to this jump menu, which, although a bit fiddly to use, does get the job done. Other than the long scrolling pages, the design transfers well to mobile. This About page, for example, looks really great. In conclusion, although it has a few issues, TypeCode is a brilliant example of a clean site. Some pages, such as the Work section, are great examples of how to display information in an easy-to-access manner. That's it for this episode of Design Mind. A new episode of Design Mind is released every Monday and Thursday. Find us on the web at designmind.info. Our YouTube channel is at youtube.com/designmindinfo. You can also find us on iTunes. We'd love it if you could leave us a review at any of these places. Until next time, happy designing!